Did Dr. Phil make the right interest rate decision yesterday? Are stocks set to surge? And what are the big watches for market players going forward? I'm Peter Switzer, I'm without Paul Rickard, but I'm still mad about money. And as innovation, I'm going to do this in a more controlled way because when I get excited, this cold, which I haven't been able to shake, gets all excited. I start coughing and spluttering and I fall over. Well, I don't actually fall over, but I actually stop being able to do what I'm doing. So I'm going to do this in a more controlled way to make sure I don't start coughing and spluttering. So on the subject of Dr. Phil making the right interest rate decision, yes, he did. We've had a lot of interest rate rises in a very short time. And going from 0.5 down to a 0.25% rise makes a lot of sense, given the fact that the monthly inflation number, which came out last week, which wasn't a great headline, and it should have been, the monthly number fell from a 7% annual reading down to 6.8%. We are in the business of bringing inflation down. And he's always said, Dr. Phil, that he will watch the data. And the data is telling him there's a good chance that inflation is on the way down. So big tick to Dr. Phil. He needs a win after that his 2024 interest rates won't rise call, which he didn't really promise, but basically a lot of people thought he was. So he needs to pull off the double play, bring inflation down and avoid a recession. That 0.25% increase in interest rates was a good start in trying to achieve that. Now, we noticed that stocks surged yesterday. Some people suggested because of the interest rate decision, there's two parts to it. One was the Yanks are starting to get some slower data. Job openings figures were down, manufacturing numbers were associated with those looking pretty good in terms of fighting inflation and slowing the economy down. And the US market surged as well. We then got the interest rate decision and we surged as well. And Dow Jones was also up strongly overnight. So you can expect it again today. What we're seeing really is a sneak preview. I wouldn't say stocks are set to surge unless two things happen. First one will be on Friday, which will be Friday US time, so we'll be already gone to bed on our stock market. But if that's a good jobs number on Friday, they will really take off, and Monday will be great for us. And then the big wait will be Thursday when the US inflation number comes through. If it's a good one, if it's a lower than expected one, stocks will surge, and there will be a great belief that the Fed is winning with their interest rate rises. They won't need to do 0.75% in the next meeting, which is going to be in November. And then that could set us up for a real positive run on the stock market. Data still will control what happens to stocks, but I do believe that once we have this belief that inflation is on the way down and central bank interest rate policies are working, bang, stocks will take off. So a sneak preview, I think. Now, what are the big watches? I've already mentioned them. First of all, job number on Friday. So Saturday morning, we'll have a good idea of what happened there and what should happen Monday for us. And then later in the week is Thursday US time, October 13. So by Friday of next week, we'll know whether that inflation data is going to send stocks down or send stocks up. If you want to get in now and beat the rush, it's a gamble. Because I'm telling you, if those numbers aren't good, the stocks will sell off again. And then I'll probably be arguing somewhere along the line, if there's another sell-off, that will be a great buying opportunity, provided you're prepared to be patient and wait for the turnaround. What we've seen this week is when the news gets good, stocks get going up. And that's what's going to happen sometime down the track. I hope it's earlier than later, but trust me, it will happen. It's just a matter of getting that data heading in the right direction with inflation heading down. I'm Peter Switzer. Thanks for joining me, and I'm mad about money.